Since Christmas is coming up, what better time than to talk about the true meaning and story of Santa Claus and the chimney and the presents and all of that. Let's get down to what it really means. So within our brain, we have a part in our brain called the claustrum, right? Santa Claus, claustrum. So the claustrum is a thin, like, sheet layer located deep within the cerebral cortex. And in Latin, it means enclosure, I'm pretty sure. So it basically controls consciousness, right? And we're talking about being able to reach higher levels of consciousness. So every 28 and a half days, whatever your zodiac sign is, the moon will pass through your zodiac sign. And when that happens, you should be in a fasted state for 3 days. So if you're in a fasted state, every single month we have a seed that is planted in our solar plexus chakra, or an oil. And when you allow this oil to be in a fasted state and to be in a state of pure and no acidic foods and no negative, low vibrational, just anything going on with you in those 3 days, that oil is able to rise back up, right? It's just like the story. You can get presents and it comes down the chimney. The chimney is referencing your spine, right? It's planted in your solar plexus chakra, which is in your belly. And so if you are in a fasted state or in a state of just high vibrations, the oil can go back up, right? It crosses the vagus nerve, that's the crucifixion, and it can go up into the claustrum, and that is where you get Santa Claus. And if you're doing that, guess what happens? You get gifted with higher level thinking, higher consciousness, presence. That's what the story is really about. It's not about a real physical man. And I know all of these stories and these holidays, we always stray away from the true meaning and what it really means. And back in the ancient Egyptian times, they called the thalamus the light of the world. And this is how they were able to stay alive for so long, because when you allow this seed and this oil to rise back up, that is where youth comes from. That is where this not aging thing comes from. And we're always poisoning ourselves with the food that we eat, what we watch, what we're listening to. And we don't understand that vibrations and that stuff has a true impact on what's going on within us and our spiritual side of who we are. So yes, I really wanted to come on here. I find it so interesting, and I'm sure there's stuff online that you can find. Santos Bonacci was the first person a couple years ago that I ever heard talk about this. And when I heard this story, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I found it so interesting just how you can tie different names with what's really going on. So yeah, it's not